Well, hello everybody. It's Ronnie with Whip and Chain. I work alongside Maggie and Lauren to bring you fun, new, exciting crochet tutorials. Today's a good one. Today is for Texture Tuesday. Lots of textured. Strawberries. It is strawberry season, and I figured this would be the ultimate perfect time to do a tutorial on how to do strawberries. Now, this is a Tunisian crochet. I know Tunisian scares a lot of people. So because this is my first video doing Tunisian, I am not going to confuse you with any stitch names, knit names, any of that. We're just going to have fun with this pattern. It's a repeat of a couple rows. It's not that bad. And once you understand it, oh my gosh, you're going to love it. So here we go. I would suggest you go to your local store and get, or you can go on Amazon. This is a 6.0 Tunisian hook. And what makes them different is they have a stopper at the end. Okay. So Tunisian is kind of touching a little bit on knitting, but it's really not. It is, but it's not. It's a fine line. But Tunisian allows you to do so many brilliant, beautiful things, and I just don't think there's enough videos out there explaining that you don't need to be scared of doing Tunisian. It's something you can truly enjoy. So I'm going to start doing this pattern, and if we get a lot of people that seem to enjoy it, I'll be more than happy to do more Tunisian videos and getting into more of the names of stitches and different patterns. But we'll start with this. The Tunisian hooks can come in all different ways. You can have the one with the plastic string that has the stopper end, but this is a 6.0. It is a good size to start. All right, so let's just dive right into the strawberry. And just for the record, I absolutely love strawberries. Like, love them. So, all right. So this pattern is done in multiples of 4. So you do your chain, and 4, 4, 4, 4 until you get the length that you need, and then you add 3. Until you understand this pattern, I would suggest you do a couple small samples. Just my recommendation. Okay. All right, so put it on your Tunisian hook and then just chain, but do not chain very loose. Keep your chains tight. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to just stop there, and then you add your 3. 1, 2, and 3. And my hands are going off. That's not going to help you guys, is it? Okay. So now you got your chain. Remember, multiples of 4, then add 3. So this loop counts in Tunisian. That's on your hook. And that's in this chain right here. So now you take your hook and you go into the next chain, which would be the second chain from the hook. You just go right in, grab some yarn and pull it up. And then you go into the next stitch, grab some yarn, pull it up. And this is what you're doing, just the whole first row. Each chain, one time, you go in, grab some yarn. Go in and grab some yarn. And now if you're doing the strawberries, well, that's what this pattern is. You do need to start with your green or whatever you're going to use for your stems. And go in. And each stitch. Take your time. Do not rush. Tunisian crochet is not something that you want to rush, because if you drop a loop, a lot of times you got to restart that row. That is another reason why I do suggest that you do a few samples until you get your comfort level. 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14. And can I even get in my last stitch? So, did I skip a stitch somewhere? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15. Yeah, I skipped a stitch somewhere. So at least I recognized it now. Normally I would probably want to restart this whole video, but I think this is good for you to see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crochet 16 for 4, 4, and 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then I think that's what I didn't do. Add my 3. 1, 2, and 3. All right. Now it's second chain from the hook, and you go in and grab some yarn. And you just go into each stitch and you pull up some yarn. Now you have that whole long hook, so you can let it push down. That's the whole point of it. And then 19. Okay, so 4 times 4 is 16, and then add my 3, and that's 19. Okay, so now we're gonna wrap and go through just one loop, and then wrap and 2 loops. So always the edge is wrap and go over 1 loop, and the rest is wrap and go over 2 through the whole chain. See? I think my camera's a little crooked. That's why I keep going off camera, so I apologize for that. I think I fixed it now. And you just keep going all the way down. Make sure each one you only take off 2, okay? And then when you get to 2 left, do not cut that. I'm just using, I don't think I told you, I'm just using 4-ply acrylic yarn. You can use any brand that you would like, anything that'll work good for you. Okay, now remember you let the green drop. Now you need to bring on your red. Just drape it over and pull through your last two. And make sure that green is dropped down where you don't cover it. All right. Now, this one already counts as one. So we go into the next, that front loop right here. Just that front loop. Each of these loops. Okay, so we're going to go into the next one and wrap the red and bring it through. And then we're going to do it again in the next one. So that's 3. Now, I want you to make sure you got the right loop. The very next loop, we're going to put 5 double crochets in. So you wrap your hook, make sure you got your loop there, go in that loop, but the double crochets, you only do it once. Go through it one time, okay? Wrap, go in the loop, bring up some yarn, wrap, that's 2. Wrap, go in, this is 3. Wrap, it's 4, and one more. This is your setup rows. This is not what you'll be doing every single time. Okay, so then again in the next 3 we just go through the loop and bring up yarn. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to do one more close-up of the 5 double crochets. You wrap, go in, grab yarn, wrap, go through 2, wrap, go through 2. 3, 4, and 5. Now let me zoom you out. You don't need to see my hands that tight. Okay. Now, again in the next 3. This is 1, 2, and 3. And now this one, you put in the 5 partial double crochets. Wrap. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, then again, go in the front of the next 3 loops. 1, 2, and 3, and then 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you should have 3 left that you just pull up through the front of the loop. It's 1, 2, and make sure you get your end, okay? Very important. And 3. And that's what it looks like on here. This will tighten up as soon as we finish this row and move on to the next. So you don't have to worry about that. So how did I tell you how to do the removal? The first one you wrap and you only go through 1. And the rest is wrap and go through 2. Wrap, 2. Wrap, go through 2. Wrap, 2. Wrap, 2. And remember, like I said, make sure you're only doing 2. Who's ready for the next row for the strawberry tops? I know I am. Okay, so you keep going till you have 2 loops left on your hook. And we're going to drop the red and re-pick up the green again. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to go through the next loop and the next loop. 3. Now, in these partial double crochets that you did, you have to find your loops. Right here is the loop. See it right there? You put your hook in the center, right in the center, and you poke it all the way through, and you grab some yarn. You do it to the next one. You're splitting the front. I push off to the left, the back I push off to the right, and I go right in between them. And then the next stitch. Three. Four. And 5. Once you've gone through all 5, once you wrap your hook, and I want you to go through 5 loops. Okay, so once you go through all 5, make sure you tug. This is important to know. Your strawberries won't turn out right if you don't. Tug this yarn. Don't stretch it hard. Tug it so it's taut. Wrap and go through. And if you want, you can take your finger and push it up, and you made your first strawberry, everybody. Okay. So then I want you to pull apart, pull it. Look at those 3 stitches right there. 1, 2, 3. These are the 3 stitches that you go right in, and you just pull up regular yarn. And there we go. Now, here's our next strawberry. So again, pull that stitch apart, go right in there, grab some yarn. Same thing. Grab some yarn. I apologize if there's an interruption in here. My sister kept calling, and usually she only does that when there's a family emergency. She's okay though. So that's 3. And I'd rather have a sister here that interrupts whatever I'm doing than no sister at all. So I love her dearly. Okay, so I did 3. The next one, you do the same thing. You go in the center, go out the back, 4, and 5. And then you wrap your hook, and you go through 5. Make sure you only go through 5. And then what did I tell you? Tug on it a little bit, wrap, and chain. And then you pull apart again and find your 3. This is really important that you don't grab these stitches that don't belong in those 3. Make sure you grab just those 3, okay? So, 1, 2, and 3. Now, we're in the next strawberry. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You wrap, you go through all, oh, and this is what I mean. There we go. Take your time. Pull it and chain. And then your next 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then you got your next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you wrap, you go 5. Go through your 5. Tug at it, and chain 1. And your last 3 stitches are right there. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Now everybody remembers how to go back, right? Wrap and you go through 1. And then you wrap and you go through 2 the rest of the way down until your last 2. And then you drop your green. And you pick up your red. Now, I'm going to pop my strawberries forward. There's your strawberries, everybody. Look at that. That has to feel good, huh? All right. So these are repeat rows now. So we're going to do the same thing we did on this red row, except instead of the first 3, we're going to go through the first 5. That way the strawberries can be offset. So the one on the hook counts. Go to your next one. 2. Go to your next one. 3. Now, look at that. You got the strawberry. So you take your hook and you go into that top part of the stem. That's all. 4. And the next one, 5. Now, to do our 5 partial double crochets, see your next loop that you would grab the green? Instead of grabbing the green, we're going to go down and grab the red. You're always going to grab the red stitch for when you're doing your berry, okay? So, you wrap the yarn, you go right into that stitch, and you do your 5 partials. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Oh, I don't think I did the crochet part, did I? Nope. And 5. Okay. So now you go into the next green stitch. That's 1. You're back at your strawberry. Go into the top. 2. Go into the next one. There's your 3 stitches. There's your green stitch right below it. Your 5 partial doubles. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then 1, and your strawberry, your next one, top of the stem. 2, and 3. And your next one, the red strip right underneath it, see it? Your 5 partial doubles. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then since we started with 5 on this side, we're going to end with 5. Okay. So this is 1, top of the strawberry, 2, and your last 3. 3, 4, and 5. Now going back, what do we do, everybody? Just 1 on the first, then wrap and 2 the rest of the way down. Wrap and 2, wrap and 2. This I'm actually considering to make for a gift, this project. But I have so much going on with life. But I love having multiple whips going on, because if you're in the mood for only doing one certain thing, you should have a whip for that mood. I stop when I have 2, and then I pick up my green. I don't know why I'm so clumsy today. I do know why, but anyway, so you wrap and you do your green. Now we're going to do the same thing, except but we start with the beginning. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're into the strawberry. Go all the way through and grab. Go all the way through and grab. Once you have this figured out, 3, it's going to go super fast for you. And 5. And then you wrap and you go through 5, right? Tug and chain. All right, then you pull, find your 3. This is where it's easily can get messed up if you're not aware of where you're at. Okay, then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Find your 3. Oh, 5. Then you wrap and you go through 5. There we go. Tug and chain. Pull and find your 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then your strawberry. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And wrap. Make sure you only go through 5. Tug and chain. And then you should have your last 5. Started with 5, end with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then again, wrap and 1, and wrap 2. Just my cat. And then you just go through 2 each time. Come on all the way back. Now, that's all this pattern is now. So after this, you would pick up your red. You would pick up your red. And this row we did 5, so this row you would do 3 and start your strawberry, so it would be in line with this one. And that's all this is, repeating. So you can go back and forth on my video as many times as you need for you to understand it. I'm really good with that. But when you get to the end, you want to end on a row that you just finished on green. And let me show you how to end this, like when you're done. So wrap and go through the last two then. And then what you do, take your hook, go up through the loop, grab yarn, come through and through. And you do that to each loop. Grab yarn, bring it through and through. Up, through, and through. Up, through, and through. This makes a simple chain stitch on top. And you know, this is a really cool project. You know how some children are tactile and they like popping things front, back with those little, I guess they're like a rubberish where you can do those pops. You can do this with the strawberries. And then you would just chain one. And that is how you make your strawberries. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial as much as I enjoyed showing you how to do it. It's a fun pattern. It's absolutely very beginner friendly. Just take your time and you got this under control. Well, my name is Ronnie. I work with Maggie and Lauren, and we hope you enjoy our videos that we bring you. If you enjoy our videos, can you please hit that button at the bottom, that like button and the subscribe button? We'd greatly appreciate it. And please come find us on Facebook under WIP for Work in Progress, WIP, and Chain. Until next time, everybody, have a great evening. Happy crocheting.